Good day, Physicians Weight Loss Centers, and today is Tuesday, May 5th. Unbelievable as to how the network is starting to turn on. April looks like it was a very, very solid month. We'll have rankings later in the week. We're still waiting for some centers to get caught up on their reports. Right now, close to 60% of the centers have already turned in their sales data for last week. And as a reminder, there's two numbers being turned in: business through the close of business Thursday and then business through the rest of the week. Excuse me. And as you hear banging potentially during this video, it's because they're working on the roof directly above me. So I'll do this as quick as I can. You've probably heard or seen the sign that says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Well, in our case, no food journal or diary, no service. Well, we're going to make this positive. All clients or all patients, however you refer to them in your center, with food journals will be serviced and counseled today. It lets people know that without those food journals, they cannot be counseled. It's usually the first thing to go in a center when it comes to properly servicing clients, not requiring food journals for someone to be counseled and serviced. It affects clients, it affects counselors, it affects center profitability, and ultimately franchisee earnings. Make sure your clients bring journals every time they visit the center, and if they fail to do so, let them know you can counsel and service them as soon as they bring back a food journal. Without the food journals, you positively cannot effectively service and counsel a client, no matter how good you think you are. And this is not just me ranting. Here's a scientific study. Keeping a food diary doubles weight loss, studies suggest. Keeping a food diary can double a person's weight loss, according to a study from Kaiser Permanente's Center for Health Research. The findings from one of the largest and longest running weight loss maintenance trials ever conducted is to be published in August of the American Journal of Preventive Medicine. And by the way, this is not new news. This was published in Science Daily on July 8th of last year. And I didn't look up to see if it ever made it into August, American Journal of Preventive Medicine, but this is over nearly a year old. Funded by the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute at the National Institute of Health. The more food records people kept, the more weight they lost, said lead author Jack Hollis, PhD, a researcher at Kaiser Permanente Center for Health Research in Portland, Oregon. Those who kept daily food records lost twice as much weight as those who kept no records. It seems that the simple act of writing down what you eat encourages people to consume fewer calories. Keeping a food diary doesn't have to be a formal thing. Just the act of scribbling down what you eat on a Post-it note, sending yourself emails tallying each meal, or sending yourself a text message will suffice, although that's not our protocol. It's the process of reflecting on what you eat that helps you become more aware of your habits and hopefully change behavior, says Keith Bachman, MD, a weight management initiative member. Every day I hear patients say they can't lose weight. This study shows that most people can lose weight if they have the right tools and support. And food journaling in conjunction with a weight management program is the ideal combination of tools and support. So if I haven't sold you on this yet, I probably never will, but you need to make sure that you're only servicing clients that have food journals. In fact, that, for a conversation another day, is the root of product sales problems in many, many centers. Let's move on to some highlights, and we're going to feature Florida today. Ron and Celeste Ripple and Connie Lowe, who have opened the Port St. Lucie Center, believe contest boxes work, and they can prove it. Now, mind you, we've talked about a lot of different ways you can use contest boxes. Here's just one of them. Ron took 2 contest boxes and dropped them off at 2 local health departments, where the director of HR agreed to pull 1 name per week for a month, and that winner receives a free program, not including food, not including the medical fees. The director of one facility called yesterday, which was Monday, to let Ron know the box was full. They still have 3 weeks left to pull 3 more winners, so Ron's headed over there today to photocopy. I swear to God, these guys working on the roof weigh about 400 pounds each. We're going to put them on a diet, but it sounds like they're coming through the roof. He's going over to photocopy some names and numbers. The HR director is also coming to the center today, Tuesday, with the first winner. Another box placed at a local doctor's office has also produced a lead, which has already become a new client. Since temporary signs are not permitted, we've talked about this before, and fines are very steep in Port St. Lucie, the businesses in this area have started hiring people to stand on curbs during the day. The law states no signs may be placed, but as long as someone is touching it, the police can't do anything. The ribbon cutting is set for 5:30 tonight. So that's what's going on in Port St. Lucie. Bruce Morosco in Palm Coast, on the other hand, has declared himself the new Donald Trump. He has his own apprentice program going on. He has his staff competing against each other for the center director position. It really comes down to this. The one who produces the most in the month of May becomes the center director. Sounds like game on to me, and that's from Laurel Sawyer. So have a great day, everybody. More information as we get it on this end. Talk to you tomorrow.